change the scenery. Let me take this freaking thing out. I'm out of storage. I don't know how YouTube works. Hopefully I can like upload the last one and then this one. But yeah. So what I was saying, if I had to live in like a tube thing, I don't think I'd be very happy. I don't know if I'd be able to like go about it as well as Paul or Anna did. But yeah, and then I feel like the work like the one that Dr. Angelica Gonzalez, oh, look at all my Funko Pops, and my prized possession. I got her in like last week. Yeah, don't look at my hair. But if I had I feel like the work like what Dr. Angelica Gonzalez is doing for like children's respiratory health is like, I feel like really needed, because I feel like you really think about it, because like breathing is such like a natural thing, and like yeah, there's like asthma and stuff, but for most people like asthma isn't life-threatening. I feel like we need to think about it, we need to talk about it, we need to help fix it and create solutions. Yeah, I hope I can upload this. Okay, change the scenery. Let me take this freaking thing out. I'm really annoyed. So the end part of this video is going to be put onto like it's gonna be before this. This is supposed to be the beginning part of the video. I already recorded the like first part and then I got cut off and it didn't save, and I'm really annoyed. So now I'm gonna have to speed run this because I need to finish like the other 2 assignments I have for this online course, because it's due like tonight, unless my teacher decides to be nice. Miss Levy, please be nice. I'm almost done. And yeah. Okay, so what is iron lung? If you ever watched Avatar, you haven't watched Avatar, too bad. And yes, I'm talking about Avatar, the blue people. When Jake Sully in general, like when you get turned to Avatar, you have to go into like this like tube thing, you know, when it like closes, it has glass over it, right? That's basically what the iron lung looks like, except for it doesn't take up your entire my forehead looks large. It doesn't take up the entire body, it just goes up to here. And basically what it does is it breathes for you. It uses something called negative air pressure, I think. No, negative air ventilation. Basically, air gets sucked out, your lungs expand, it's like you're inhaling, and then air goes back into the, it's sucked back into the iron lung, your lungs deflate, it's like you're exhaling, right? Real handy. It was created by, what's his face? Philip Dranker and Lewis. They were 2 faculty members of Harvard, which is cool, I guess. And they created it to help victims of polio actually breathe, because polio can affect the nervous system and make the muscles in your body paralyzed, and if the muscles in your torso are paralyzed, then you cannot breathe, therefore you die. So yeah, and then it helped save like tons of lives, because paralysis was quite often, and not even that it was like really often, but just like so many people were, it was a pandemic, okay? It was, or an epidemic. I don't know if it was like a, yeah, okay? A lot of people died, a lot of people were affected. The iron lung was basically like one of the first effective steps of treating polio, and like the first of many steps to preventing it. Well, not preventing it, but like help treat it. And then when you help treat it, you can like, you have more time to like learn, and you can learn from the people who survived it. You can look at patients, and you can look at patients while they're also not dying, and it just was a step in the right direction, you know. And there were 2 people who recently-ish, last last 20 years, died, who were like, who basically spent their entire lives in iron lungs, who were like childhood polio survivors, named Paul Anderson and Martha Lillard. I said lizard, my original video, so maybe this is a good thing. But yeah, and so they lived in iron lungs their entire lives, although Paul Anderson was able to, I don't know if like he developed it or if the doctors like developed it, and then like he executed it, or like he came up with it on his own and the doctors also came up with it, and like it was two separate things that like they both came to the same thing, like how in evolution, like eventually everything turns into crabs. Yeah, I don't know if it was like that situation or not. It didn't really clarify in anything that I read, but he developed this thing, this way of breathing called frog breathing, which is basically, from what I could tell, mouth breathing, where he would breathe in through his mouth and he would basically force air into his mouth and down his throat instead of into his nose, because it just physically couldn't take that route, right? So he would put it into his mouth and down his throat and basically force himself to breathe like that. And what do you know, mouth breathing actually saved and improved the life, instead of making someone cry because they don't mog. I don't know, I learned what the word mog was like recently, and I don't know how to do it, so my sister is very frustrated with me. I hope like my phone being on like the wall does not mess with the audio, and if it does, then oh well, I don't know. But he was able to like go outside of the iron lung using that breathing. Like he was able to go out and play with friends. He went to school, he got a law degree, which is a lot more than some people can say. Law is hard for people who don't have the challenges he had, so the fact that he was able to like do all that is crazy. And I feel that is it. Okay, thank you, bye. I'm really annoyed. So the end part of this video is going to